I wonder what movie we should review. What movie should we review? Hey!
What up, guys? You just stumbled onto Too Late Reviews, the review show that's too late for everything.
I'm Jason Grayson. This is Unblessed Data. We are here to talk about one of the newest Marvel movies that came out, Thor. What is it called? The Dark. Number two.
Thor 2, The Dark
We should
World.
get their name right.
Yeah, we should get the name.
All right, so we went out with the Lost Bros. If you guys follow us at the Lost Bros podcast, we went out for a nice movie night.
Yep.
What'd you think about the movie? Honestly, I thought it was way better than Iron Man 3.
Destroyed Iron Man 3. And I was reading some reviews online saying, like, this is nothing compared to Iron Man 3.
Nothing compared to Iron Man 3?
I know.
Are you serious?
And I was, like, crying on the inside because Iron Man 3, I hate it. I hate Iron Man 3.
I didn't like it either. They like, ruined, like, so many cool characters. The Mandarin. I know we're not even talking about Iron Man 3.
I'm not talking about Iron Man 3,
but still, I'm just so upset about it.
Like, Iron Man 3 has a good, like, twist and everything. I just don't like how they did it and just wasted the potential with the Mandarin.
Alright.
Anyway, Thor 2, The Dark World. Our thoughts, our review, our Too Late review. So, overall, it was a pretty good movie.
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
This is really jumped into, this is phase 2, is it not?
Yeah, it's phase 2.
Really?
So
well, Iron Man 3 was phase 2,
it started,
right?
Iron Man 3 started phase 2.
And
now,
it was a poor start for phase 2, but now it's looking really
now we're going
strong.
full force
Really
into
strong.
phase 2.
Now, I don't know if you guys watched the original Thor. Did you like it?
I thought it was okay just because I like Thor.
He is a Thor fan, so
that's why I like
coming from
Thor.
a non-Thor fan, I was okay. It was pretty good.
I can see why.
It was pretty
It
good.
wasn't like amazing. I know what you mean.
This one though, unreal.
It was great. I'd recommend anyone to watch this movie. It honestly, it was just amazing.
Yeah, 100 thumbs up from me, man.
Oh, it's great. And if you do not want to know what happened in the movie, spoiler.
I'm Bobby Flay.
Okay, right off the
bat.
Right off the bat of the movie, we get some backstory on Malekith. And man, I like Malekith. Like, I think he's a pretty cool character. He's in a lot of old comic books, which is fine. Like, whatever.
I'm just gonna go from like the Hollywood aspect of it. Like,
yeah.
you can go from the comic book. I'm not saying I'm a Hollywood fan. Just saying I'm not.
Yeah, because you just
huge
don't.
into
You
Thor.
just
I just don't know Thor. So going into it, I'm not gonna lie. It was like I was like dark elves. Like,
yeah. See, I can understand where people are
weird
going from there.
Weird.
That's one complaint I have to have about this movie is that they didn't give enough story on Malekith. They didn't. Like, do you know who Malekith is from that movie?
I know, because I know Bor.
Yeah.
I know that he's
Oh.
Odin's father.
And they showed Bor on the beginning.
Unreal.
I cannot believe they showed Bor. You know what? I kind of wished he would look a little cooler. Like,
He was really comic accurate.
Yeah, he looked like
he
he had the horns and
had
everything.
the beard.
Man,
Just his, yeah, like I
wish he
kind of
looked
wish
a little cooler.
I kind of wish they showed more.
Yeah, I'd want to see more Bor.
Yeah,
Like that's just cool that they showed him though. Like, come on.
it's pretty cool.
That's just
cool.
like that's throwing candy out at the comic book fans. Like, honestly.
From a Hollywood aspect, I didn't know who he was.
Exactly.
I'd say he was just some guy from before their time or something.
Yes,
it was like before Earth even existed. He was like trying to take over the 9 realms with some liquid, the ether.
Yeah.
That's all I remember.
See, and what this movie like kind of suffers from is that it focuses on 2 villains, really, Loki and Malekith. And I think it favored Loki, and it wanted to push Loki as much as it could.
It's always, I can't deny, it's always gonna favor Loki.
I know, he's a big fan favorite now. I understand why they pushed him, and I like his character, don't get me wrong.
The actor's amazing.
But, I mean, it kind of like, it was unbalanced, like, Malekith's over here, Loki's here, and it worked, the story did work together with both of them.
Yeah.
It's just that I wish they would have maybe focused a little bit more on Malekith.
Yeah, because you really, honestly, the whole time you're just like, I want to see more Loki.
Yeah,
I want to
that's
see more
basically,
Loki.
and I understand that from a like Hollywood fan that doesn't know the comics at all. That's what they would be thinking the whole time.
No problem.
Yeah, like
I want to
still-
see more Loki. The movie takes place after the Avengers encounter in New York. Like, they mention it quite a bit.
Yeah, they do. I like how they did that. It's not too overused. Like, they didn't say like New York. Like, they didn't do that.
No.
Which Agents of Shield. Just saying. Just saying.
Really? They do that a lot?
No, it's just that it's either they don't do it or they do it, and it's either one they do a lot of. So
Okay.
it's just.
So they
It's
do
kinda
shy away
weird.
from New York, but everyone knows it happened. And we get to see Thor again with Jane Foster, which she wasn't even really mentioned in Avengers.
No, she wasn't mentioned at all.
It wasn't mentioned at all.
This is a different Thor than from Thor 1. He's kind of matured a bit. So
you can see like he's really struggling with wanting to be this almighty god. Like he was before in the first movie. He was really into it. Loved like I'm pretty sure there's a line. He was more cocky. Yeah,
and now he's kind of like
he's toning down.
Yeah.
He's kind of seeing what's more important now. Even Odin, I believe, in one of the lines, he says like you need to start looking for a wife. Like you're getting older. You're going to take over Asgard. I'm gonna give it to you.
Yeah. So, and that's another like plot in the story is like Jane Foster and Lady Sif is like who's he gonna pick basically.
Yeah, they had that, but it.
And you know what? That they still do that in the comics.
They do that in the but and Jane Foster.
Yeah, Jane Foster's in the comics.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
But
yeah. So they do have this like love triangle, but it's barely even there. Like
yeah,
Thor has no interest in Lady
Sif.
Lady Sif. Sif?
Yeah, Sif.
Lady Sif.
Sif, whatever.
That's terrible. So Lady Sif.
Yeah,
her. She's the like ideal goddess warrior. Like she should be picked. But Thor, it just looks to me more like the comic that he's for man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another thing that I have to mention about this movie is the Dark Elves. I think their mask looks really cool.
Oh,
I think it looks awesome.
I was looking at. Okay, I'm a huge fan of masks.
Me too.
See,
like I'm
we
a sucker
are fans
for masks.
of masks. These Dark Elf masks, man, creepy. Thor brings Jane Foster to Asgard because of this ether.
Yeah, so like she's like poisoned with it, and they're trying to like help her. So
yeah.
The twist with Loki was pretty awesome. Loki and Thor like go to stop Malekith, and Loki like turns on Thor, but then it turns out that Loki actually turned on him on purpose, and it was their plan all along to trick Malekith. That's cool. Like I didn't see that coming at all.
I'm not gonna lie, I love the fact that the brothers were working together.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was so cool. There were so many plot twists because of it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like you thought this was gonna happen. You thought Loki was gonna betray him. You thought he was working with him. You thought this. You thought that. And then at the end, you didn't know until like before credits.
Exactly. Awesome. And then Loki kind of like betrays Thor altogether in the end.
As Loki does.
Yeah, and everyone thinks Loki's dead, but he's not, which is awesome. And how Loki died? Well, supposedly like he tricked everyone to think he died. You know, like the Malekith's like bodyguard type guy.
I don't know
his name's Curse.
Curse?
Yeah, it's like a different version of a comic book character. But anyway, Curse, Loki stabs Curse through the chest, and then Curse grabs Loki and stabs him through like the sword in his chest. That was crazy.
That was actually insane.
Curse
it reminds me of a Lord of the Rings moment.
Yeah. Oh yeah, when Curse was just beating down on Thor.
Oh, that was brutal.
Cow. Like the amount
that was actually brutal.
Yeah, the amount of that was really violent.
He grabs Thor. First off, Thor throws his hammer at him and deflects the hammer.
Deflects it. He's pretty powerful.
This guy is insanely strong. Grabs Thor, throws him on the ground, and just starts beating him. Like similar to when the Hulk slammed Loki.
Yeah, it was kind of like that.
But
it was just
honestly, it honestly looked even like I felt the punches. It was ridiculous.
And what did you think about those like black hole grenades?
They were gruesome. Like you could hear the bone crunch.
Yeah, they would like fold into themselves. That was crazy in itself. Like, and that's how they killed Curse too.
Yeah, ultimately.
So that's I don't know. I kind of like that. It kind of reminds me of like video games for some reason. Like that seems like something in a video game.
I guarantee they're gonna use it. 100%
Yeah.
use it. But what I want to say about Loki, since we're talking about him, is that we did see a softer side of him. Thor and Loki's mother dies.
Yeah, so she dies, and then what we see of Loki after is where he's trying to like keep his cool, but ultimately ultimately Thor's like, you know, just cut it, just like
he's like
show yourself, and then he shows himself, and he's like all like distressed, like basically he's like a mess.
Yeah,
which is kind of cool to see because like
it's
you don't see that side of like the villains, right? So it's kind of cool that they threw that in there, and I like that. It's pretty cool. Another thing I have to say, the Dark Elves have spaceships.
They look like
that's weird.
Why?
They don't have. No one has spaceships in Asgard.
Yeah.
Like I think that's kind of weird. Yeah. It was too much like Star Wars. Like that was just that was Star Wars. Like,
no, it wasn't.
It was though. Like
it was.
I felt like I was watching a little bit of Star Wars almost.
I was gonna say Star Trek.
Yeah, even Star
Trek. Very
Trek.
similar to Star Trek because of the new movies.
Yeah. But I don't know. Like that's like the only thing I don't really like is how they were flying around in like Star Wars ships, the Dark Elves.
And they were like teased. It just was like a T. They were
Yeah,
flying in a T.
I don't get that, but I don't know. It still kind of worked, but I'd
It
rather have them change it. But
it worked because, like, in the
What?
sense of how they ultimately invade Asgard.
yeah.
If we didn't
Dark
mention
Elves.
before. Yeah, the Dark Elves, which is insane, actually, if you think about it.
And then Loki at the end, which is like the big twist kind of thing, is Loki took the spot of Odin and like he shapeshifted himself into Odin, so everyone thinks that it's Odin, but it's actually Loki, and everyone meanwhile thinks he's actually dead. So
It's cool.
like that sets it up for a third movie.
Oh,
right there.
for sure.
So,
and I don't know
that's
if
cool.
they're in talks of doing a Loki movie, are they not?
They want to, but I don't know if it's gonna happen.
I think the fans definitely want it.
Mhm.
But you know what? I don't think they should.
I thought the action was great.
I thought the action was unreal. One of the first scenes, it's Thor and the Warriors 3 fighting in a distant, like he's trying to protect all the 9 realms, and there's a sweet Easter egg in this.
Okay, what I don't know what. Oh, I know what you're gonna say. But anyway, that beginning, the opening of the movie where we see the Warriors 3 and Thor just fight in like a big battle and everything, it really like it just captured the essence of the comics.
For sure.
Like I have like they were
Warriors
all
3 are
sitting.
huge in the
And
comics.
I love the Warriors 3
They're
and
great.
just seeing them like that.
Yeah.
It just really like I felt like that was how they should be interpreted into cinematic form. And I mean, the last Thor, they were obviously in it, but I just didn't think that they were like I didn't care about them.
Yeah.
And this one, it's like yeah, that's the Warriors 3, and like they were sitting at the table after the battle, like give me another.
I hope I pronounced his name right. Cronan was in it from Planet Hulk, if you guys remember.
Yeah,
him.
he's cool. Like it's probably just like his race. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it
maybe
might,
not
It
him.
might be him because we don't know. Like 'cause they
Yeah,
can do whatever they
of course.
want, but it's like his. If it's not him, then it's his race.
Yeah, and he shows up. He's actually in the commercial.
Yeah, he's in the commercial.
I just never
yeah,
noticed
Thor
it.
whips the hammer off him.
And he's like,
Uh. Well, thank you guys for watching our first ever Too Late review. We hope you enjoyed it. I mean, we enjoyed making it. So.
all right, and for next time, I'm Jason Grayson. He's Unblessed at it, and we'll see you at the box office.
Jason, time to review Thor, man. I guess he's unworthy.